So this is the Bracwiser desk mount stand. It's a 2-monitor vertical stand. It's got the feet as opposed to the clamps. It's a V-shaped clamp, V-shaped feet rather than the solid block or rectangular type. I just want to show you the box outside. I'm going to show you setup in a moment. These are all the items that came in the box. I promise you, about 3/4 of them you didn't even need. These instructions are actually very simple. Those are in multiple languages. I get into the details of the parts that you do need a little bit later, but very simple to put together. This is a picture of a different brand. This is called Ergotron. It's one of the most popular monitor stands out there. The thing is, this costs literally 8 to 9 times the price of the Bracwiser. It's much more expensive and it's much, much heavier. And I found that Bracwiser does the exact same job. So to me, this is a huge value, huge bonus. It weighs less. I took it on a trip with me. Couldn't be happier. I use the Ergotron stands at home and then at the office, so I definitely had something to compare to. And the thing about it is, once you set up your monitors, these stands aren't moving generally, unless you, I mean, if they hold up and then they're sturdy, that's all you need. It's not like you're playing around with them every day, and there's really nothing to it. It's pretty straightforward. And so if two items do the same job, and it's not a very complicated job, they just need to hold your monitors, they need to be angle it properly, and be safe to work with. That's all you need. So if one is a tenth of the price of the other, that's a no-brainer to me. This is a picture of the Bracwiser, but with a clip-on as opposed to, or a kind of a vise instead of a stand. The advantage is it takes up a lot less space on your desk or table. The disadvantage is you have to make sure you are going to use it with a desk or table that's not pushed up against a wall, that you have space to clip this on in the back, and that's basically all there is to it. I also like the flexibility to be able to turn the whole stand and angle it at the right angle that I need to, and that way I can work around other furniture or just get the perfect angle that I need. So I always go with the stand types as opposed to the clip-on types. Here you can see the dimensions of the Bracwiser monitor stand. It holds monitors up to 22 pounds. I had used two 24-inch monitors. They only weighed 7 pounds each, so this was nothing to handle. The screens can be up to 27 inches. Make sure your monitors are VESA compliant. It's a standard. I thought all Dell monitors would have VESA mounts in the back. For an upcoming trip, I had to buy 3 monitors. I'll show you that setup in a little bit, but it turns out the original monitors I bought, the Dells, didn't have the VESA mounts in the back. I had to return them and find a different brand, but just a little note to the wise. The tilt functionality on this Bracwiser is more than ample. You could swivel 45 degrees in either direction. You can rotate the monitors. You can make them vertical. That's in another slide. 10 degrees up or down, which is more than enough. I'll show you my setup in just a few slides later. This picture just shows the tilt angle again. It also shows how you can rotate the monitor to use it vertically, the long way. Some people have a need for that. And it also shows how you can actually use one monitor stand for 2 people. If people are working on opposite sides of each other, either standing up or sitting at a desk, you can actually share one monitor stand. Just a quick view of what it looks like when one is mounted right on top of each other with the transparency. Back to the hardware that it came with. These are the 2 legs that these insert right into that base unit right in the middle. You'll notice all the endpoints have foam on it, so these are not going to slide anywhere. There are 5 bolts that you need to tighten with the Allen wrench that it comes with. Very simple, very easy once they're inserted. This is the pole that gets inserted into the base of the stand. It's about 31.5 inches tall total when it's mounted in there. These are the mounting clips that actually get tightened onto the pole. They slide down and then you tighten them up, and that's where you can do your angle it, your tilt and stuff, and swivel them around. Back to the hardware, there were some nuts in there and bolts and spacers, rubber spacers that I didn't need. They're obviously to accommodate certain monitors. Mine was very simple. It wasn't like I skipped any steps or missed any parts that I needed. All worked fine. I just didn't need them. Using standard VESA mounts, I don't think you would either. These were Samsung monitors, and my Dells would have worked too, based on what I can tell. comes with the Allen wrenches that you need. I think you do need a screwdriver, that it didn't come with a Phillips head. I didn't need that wrench that you see. These are the backing plates. They screw onto the monitor using 4 screws that come with it, obviously, with the Allen wrench, and then that slides right onto those brackets. This is my setup while traveling. I had to improvise on the left-hand side, as you can see, but there's the Bracwiser. It's got 2 monitors. Now you can see the tilt on the top one, or the angle. It was perfect. The feet are not too large or encumbering, don't take up that much space, and obviously it's very sturdy. So I really had no complaints. I was very happy. I mean, compared to what I paid for my Ergotrons a couple of years ago, this is a steal, and I couldn't believe it, actually. I thought that all monitor stands were that expensive, and turns out they're not. I'll put links down below for both units, the Ergotron and the Bracwiser, just so you can see the pricing for yourself. It's incredible. So I'm happy to recommend it to others. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you'd like to see more of this type of stuff, please do subscribe down below. And I appreciate you joining me.